Pana, do you want to explain what's actually happening at this part of the process?
At this stage of the process, Maria's just moulding out the chocolate. She's put all the ingredients together. This particular flavour she's making is the goji coconut, which happens to be our most popular in Australia. So she's actually just moulding it all out. She'll obviously she's grabbing the trays, pouring out the chocolate, trying to get close to 45 grams as possible. We tend to be over mainly, but and then she'll fill up the bench with all the chocolate, mould it out, and then she'll put it in the setting fridge, and then the girls will come and grab it and wrap it, ready to go.
Yeah.
We have our raw cacao, which is our 60% chocolate, which is my favourite. It's a pure chocolate. I always say it's for the purists. It's my chocolate that I eat every day. I eat a couple of bottles a day. So that's the raw cacao. We also have the 80%, which is again a recently released chocolate. 80% again, really to give it that cacao fix. So again, we know how good the cacao bean is for us, the cacao. So we try to give it a lot of chocolate. So Lucuma's an interesting one. It's a little bit different in what we put in that compared to some of the other chocolates. The lucuma powder obviously is a light brown colour, so that gives it that texture. So we don't add cacao powder in that one, we just make it with our sweetener and the cacao butter. So a lot of people often refer to it as nature's caramel. That's two superfoods combined. So you've got the cacao and the lucuma combined, and to me it's a beautiful chocolate. It is different. We do get mixed responses with that, but we do have a following with that as well, which people absolutely adore it. We try to use, nuts that are amazing. So we use walnuts. We actually use Californian walnuts. We believe that the best walnuts in the world come from California. We use Brazil nuts, cashews, and hazelnuts in that. And they're all crushed just lightly, and then put in the bars. And again, we're finding we're doing a little bit of work with some of the Asian market at the moment, and the nut bars is going crazy in Asia.
Now, with the lucuma, it's the only one of the bars that you have that doesn't have your distinctive dark brown chocolate, and obviously a part of that is because of the lucuma that you were mentioning a little bit earlier. But you would have thought that with so much with some cacao that it would give it a darker colour.
The cacao butter, as you can see, is lighter in colour.
Ah, right, yeah.
So we don't actually add any powder.
Ah, that's why.
It's funny, we've stopped taking this to shows. I was taking this to shows a lot, and I'd be putting it on the bench so people can smell and feel and taste our cacao butter. But people think this is white chocolate. They come in and they're eating it. There's really no flavour to it.
Okay.
It's more like our bonding, natural bonding chocolate, and it obviously gives it that. It kind of comes from the cacao pod, so it gives it that the cacao content. But there's not much flavour in it. You can smell it.
Well, I'll try it myself.
You can actually try it. And,
you're right. It's actually got no flavour. Yeah.
Whereas the Peruvian one is a lot stronger. Peruvian one close to the Amazon, a lot more intense, can dominate some of the other flavours within the variations. So. From the start, like from our ingredients, I mean, where we source our ingredients from, they're amazing. A lot of work, a lot of time I've spent in ensuring that the right cacao powder comes with the right cacao butter, with the right coconut oil. So it's a combination of that. So that's the first process. The second process is that it's the love, it's the energy. I mean, Maria comes in here, she's always happy, and that transpires through the product. It's like Mum saying cooking. Mum's always happy to cook for us. So you get that feeling, and by retaining it as a handmade product, we get that. I mean, one of the first processes that we do is, we'll put essential oils on ourselves in the morning before we start work, whether it's abundance, whether it's believe, whether it's, anything, envision, whether it's anything for us to put us in the right frame of mind. So, and then obviously combined with the chocolate, the feel-good element that the chocolate gives us, we like to think that we're bouncing in here all the time, and Maria gets to work in her own space, and I think that's important as well, that she just relaxes and zones in to the chocolate and becomes in tune with it, and just happily makes it all day. You know, then obviously the ladies obviously come and help her. The cacao butter and powder that we get at the moment comes from Bolivia. We've found some amazing family there that grows it. The butter comes directly from Bolivia, whereas the powder goes to Holland and it gets crushed there and comes back to us in a powder form. And Rapunzel is the company that brings it across to us. So it is fantastic. It is the perfect combination for the flavour that Pana Chocolate has tried to achieve.
One of the good things about Pana Chocolate is that it is fair trade. Yeah. Did you want to explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, fair trade and sustainability is what Pana Chocolate's all about. Ensuring that every obviously employee and worker gets paid fairly, and then obviously it's sustainable. So that's just without a given for us. That has to happen, and we will not take on any products that we can't be assured or don't know the families that it's fair trade. And
do you want to explain how you maintain that it is in fact raw and you keep the temperature below a certain level?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, earlier on, Maria's got, as you can probably just see behind her, she's got the bain marie there, and she's got the ingredients melting, the cacao butter and the coconut butter. So there's a thermometer in there, and that thermometer there. It's actually set to an alarm, which triggers us off at 42 degrees. So if it does hit that 42 degrees, we've got enough time to get there before it gets to 45, and it's no longer a raw product. So as you can see, it's sitting at about 30 degrees. We don't need to take it up to high temperature. We seem to manage it, and Maria's very quick in moulding out. I mean, we do retain the batches small. We don't try to mass produce 500 bars in a batch. We do keep them at a minimal, so then we can manage the whole raw process throughout. So obviously the ingredients are melted, and then it comes and it's mixed with the powders. So the powders are obviously brought in all raw, so all our ingredients are raw, and then all put together.
And Maria's just putting in the goji just now. That looks absolutely fantastic, the goji berries.
She's adding the goji berries.
Wow.
Now, yeah.